Tonight on Most Shocking, a crook steals a cruiser, then takes police on a wild blacktop burning chase.
He's running.
Then, an officer faces his worst nightmare, an armed suspect, and a point-blank ambush. Plus, a routine traffic stop takes a brutal turn when a reckless driver clips a cop.
You have your driver's license and your registration.
And one trooper all alone
Put your hands on the car.
is forced to do battle with a PCP-crazed madman. Later, a former heavyweight boxer refuses to comply with an officer, sparking a knockdown, trigger-pulling brawl. This is not a movie. Everything you're about to see is real. Brace yourself. This is Most Shocking. Stopped by the law.
It's a dark night in Crisp County, Georgia. Deputy Stephen Rankin pulls over a driver for blasting his stereo.
About 2 o'clock in the morning, I wanted to stop the car simply just to tell him to turn the music down, so it was extremely loud. What gets me is he stops in the middle of the road. And I suspected possible DUI.
The man isn't drunk. He's career criminal Ben Westbrook, and he has a gun in his lap. Rankin approaches the car.
I never saw it coming. All I see is a blast. My face went completely numb. I basically blacked out. My initial thought was I died, that was it.
Westbrook steps out to finish the job, but his gun locks up.
Gets frustrated and starts pistol whipping me in the head, kicking me in the upper body. It was like a wake-up call.
As Rankin fights to stay conscious, the felon gives up on his weapon. He knows there's another one nearby.
I felt the tug on the side of my belt, and I knew that he was grabbing for my gun. I roll over to protect my gun. He was intent on trying to kill me any way possible. I got up as fast as I could and run to my car, pulled my gun out. I wanted him dead right then. 16 rounds in our Glocks, and I shot 16 of them at him. 15 of them hit the car, but none of them actually hit him.
As the suspect races away, the deputy collapses, slowly choking to death.
I could feel the blood and the flesh and everything draining down into my throat. Like everything just blew up in my mouth.
Several miles away, fellow officer Ben Bray is already responding to the terrifying sounds from the radio.
I hear him in a scuffle. I'm not quite sure what's going on. I know something is wrong.
Seconds later, Rankin's voice is heard.
I'm still alive. I'm here. Look how some people with me down. I've been shot in the head.
I couldn't believe that this was actually happening. And all I know to do right then is pray. You know, I say, God, please let me get to him.
Bray races up to the scene and comes upon a numbing sight.
I see blood, I see teeth, I see his glasses. He says, is my face gone? I want to know. I can't feel my right side of my face.
Only an entrance wound is visible. The real damage is hidden inside.
Bullet entered in just under my nose. The top teeth in my right side of my jaw are gone. It went in between my windpipe and the main artery and hit my C1 vertebra and fractured my C1 vertebra.
As medical personnel arrive, the APB goes out across the county.
We're looking at a perfectly stable, one male, black oxygen.
The would-be killer is captured the very next morning.
He kept using his cell phone, and we were able to ping his cell phone and get his location.
Westbrook is sentenced to the maximum time allowable for his attempt on the officer's life, 63 years.
I definitely believe he deserves a lot more. The only way I can describe him is not quite human, more animal than human.
Deputy Rankin makes an astonishing recovery from this stone-cold attack. A miracle that he credits to his deceased father.
My father, he came to me that night. He's been my guardian angel for since 1994. He, kind of told me, it's time for you to fight back.
Denton County, Texas. A deputy pulls a reckless driving suspect out of his vehicle. Sergeant William Townsend provides backup.
I arrived on scene, pulled in behind the suspect's vehicle, which was a blue Chevy truck with Oklahoma plates, and observed Deputy Byram speaking with the subject.
The driver is John Pate. The truck is stolen. The officer is prepared to do a registration check. Pate gets ready to run.
Mr. Pate started looking north to south, appearing to what we call having a little rabbit in him.
The suspect spots a possible escape. The unmarked police car next to his truck has been left with the engine running. Pate goes for it.
Hey, man, get back over here. Get close. Hey. Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
I think running was a spur-of-the-moment thing. I think stealing the deputy's car was a spur-of-the-moment thing because his vehicle was blocked in.
Get out of the car. Get out of the car.
The deputy is outraged.
Be advised, subject, we were just out when he stole my vehicle.
They're chasing one of their own high-powered police cruisers, and the fugitive is outrunning them.
Step up. Wanted myself around and stole my vehicle, my county car, black trailing vehicle. High rate of speed.
Pate swerves into a ditch. Other units join the chase.
Turn the radio on. Yeah, working on it.
The outlaw blazes at over 100 miles an hour.
Individual 330. Wanted myself around.
Officers call for spike strips. There's just one problem.
371, are you northbound or southbound?
The car thief hears every word.
The deputy's radio very well may have been monitoring the traffic that we were sending out.
Pate plots a detour. He tries to turn onto a dirt road. The stolen Crown Vic crashes. Pate still has a touch of rabbit in him. But his wild escape ends in the sights of a police pistol.
Some of the statements that he made after being restrained by the constable and the Pilot Point officers was that he was looking forward to going back to prison and that he would have a nice story to tell them.
But cops make sure this sneaky crook's crime story has an unhappy ending. Columbia, South Carolina. Sergeant Sean Stankus has had a busy afternoon catching speeders.
I was assigned to routine patrol. I was working traffic on I-20.
With this many vehicles on the freeway, fast drivers are especially dangerous.
How are you doing? You have your driver's license in the registration?
But maybe not as much as the ones who've been drinking.
45, okay. But that same tag's gonna be the one that's gonna be on this.
I just remember the shock of the impact when the side view mirror and the door handle of the truck struck me as I was standing beside the vehicle.
But the officer has only one thought.
Don't let him get away.
The trooper tears onto the highway. He races past an exit and discovers where the culprit has gone.
He was at the top of the ramp. I was able to see the truck.
Stankus does a quick about-face, churning the wrong way up a freeway entrance. Around the next curve, he comes upon a surprising sight. Witnesses to the hit and run have already cornered the suspect.
Between these two vehicles, they were able to box this truck in. They basically made the traffic stop.
The offender is a blubbering mess.
I didn't see you, sir. I'm sorry.
The sergeant yanks the man from his vehicle and slaps on some cuffs.
Warrant and arrest, you have the right to remain silent. Anything you say can't will be used against you in court of law. Stop me, bud.
He was very drunk.
The driver is convicted of felony DUI and will spend the next 11 years in jail. The Samaritans watch the arrest amazed that the trooper is even standing.
They believe that I was killed on the interstate.
Stankus's only injuries are bruises to his pelvis and arm and a friction burn. Miraculous given the circumstances.
You're just talking a matter of inches between me being able to conduct this interview and other officers having to attend my funeral.
But that same guy is going to be the one that's going to be on this.
Coming up, an ex-heavyweight goes toe-to-toe with a cop, leaving the officer fighting for his life. Plus,
are you so stupid you don't know I'm drunk?
a belligerent drunk takes a swing at a patrolman and gets a sobering wake-up call. But first,
Put your hands on the car.
a driver high on angel dust triggers a freeway brawl with a fearless cop.
Don't move.
Next on Most Shocking, Stopped by the Law.
Tyler, Texas. It's the end of Trooper Joseph Hoag's shift. He spots a driver not wearing his seatbelt. The offender doesn't pull over. Incredibly, he motions to go around.
Tried to pull up beside him, trying to motion for him to pull over, and the driver came to a sliding stop.
Both cars are in the middle of the road. Hoag's all alone. There's no backup for miles.
Get out. Put your hands on the car.
Then,
Stop. My mom is the devil. Lord, please stop. Get out of me, please stop.
the driver's crazed out of his skull on PCP. Hoag muscles the blabbering druggie into a half Nelson and tries to pull him down. Hoag needs help. He never radioed his position. Worse, there's another suspect in the truck. The passenger yells for his wasted pal to cooperate.
Hey, don't do that, man. Put your hands behind your back.
I will stop if you stop.
But the fight goes another round.
Stop it all, my people! My people!
Hoag uses every ounce of strength to control the lunatic. Even pepper spray can't stop the madman.
Get off of me! Get off of me! No, I'm not! Be still! I'm not anybody!
It was obvious to me that he had, quite some strength. It's kind of an all-out war in the middle of the road.
Finally, he grabs the car's radio to call for help.
1493, Tyler, give me.
Somebody up!
Now it's a battle of who will last the longest.
You're not gonna win. Don't move. What is he on? It's been more than alcohol.
Help finally arrives, just in time for the exhausted Hoag.
My mom is the devil.
The blitzed perp gets hauled by 3 cops into a squad car. It's his second and last trip of the night. Augusta, Georgia. Deputy Shannon Mitchell stops a speeding motorist. He doesn't know that the driver, Darrell Wilson, is an ex-heavyweight prize fighter. 5'7" Mitchell is not only overshadowed by half a foot, he's outweighed by 100 pounds. The deputy begins searching Wilson for weapons. Then, all hell breaks loose.
He tried to come up off the car and turn around. I attempted to push him back down on the car, and he came up again and spun around on me. That's when I pulled out my pepper spray, took a few steps back and sprayed him with pepper spray. As he's coming at me, the only thing he said to me was, "You're going to need more than that."
With no choice but to use deadly force, Mitchell draws his gun and fires. He misses. His second shot is a direct hit at point-blank range. The suspect takes a bullet to the abdomen, yet incredibly keeps fighting.
I'm thinking, wow, I've already shot him once. What's it going to take to stop him?
Mitchell pulls the trigger for a third time, but the gun jams. The boxer wrenches the weapon from his hand, but it won't fire.
He then comes at me again, starts striking me with the weapon. I was thinking to myself, this sucks. He's gonna kill me.
The brawl rages on for over a minute. The deputy breaks free. It's long enough for him to recover his firearm and radio. He hits Wilson with his pistol.
When I was striking him with the firearm, it was like the pepper spray and the gunshot wound. It seemed to just make him madder.
Finally, backup arrives.
Call back. 32, headquarters. 32, Jesus.
Darrell Wilson is arrested and sentenced to 15 years for aggravated assault. During the attack, Mitchell's head is severely lacerated.
I ended up looking like I won about 10 rounds with Mike Tyson. I'm most grateful that he didn't take my life or didn't kill me there that day.
Barling, Arkansas. This DUI may be off the streets, but she's still on the warpath.
Are you so stupid you don't know I'm drunk?
No, I know you are.
She was agitated from the minute that the handcuffs went on to her.
Well, I would think that you would be more interested in catching these that are doing this to listen or children or killing our children.
An off-duty cop tries to put her in her place.
You would have ran over a child and killed them, man.
I wouldn't have. Ever.
Her behavior was coming more and more and more aggressive.
I didn't ask no more you.
The woman is about to learn she should have quit while she was behind.
You know what's obstruction?
Stay down and don't do that again. You understand me? That's assaulting the police. Do you understand?
She stood up, reached across the desk, and with both hands in a sweeping motion, tried to slap me. I just used an armbar technique and took her to the ground.
The boozy brawler is handcuffed to a bench. But she's still full of bluster.
I will blow your head off your shoulders. It'll all be one big, blurry, bloody mess, and you'll deserve it!
She threatened to physically kick my butt.
Scott takes the woman to detention,
What?
knowing there's a good chance she won't remember any of this tomorrow. Fortunately, the video is proof that her alcoholic rampage wasn't confined to the street.
Up next, when a suspect makes a bold break, he suffers a 50,000-volt takedown. Plus, a Texas lawman takes on 2 armed drug dealers.
Stay in the car! Get in the car!
Then, an officer pulls a speeding van off the road, but a wayward drunk knocks the cop off his feet. On Most Shocking, Stopped by the Law.
Oak Ridge North, Texas. Officer Mark Brokoff pulls over a speeding car.
You never know what's going to happen on a traffic stop. You can never let your guard down. That's when you're going to get hurt.
The motorist makes a shifty move. He exits the car and drops something on the road. With one hand on his gun, Brokoff approaches the suspect. But the driver has second thoughts. Brokoff smashes the window with a flashlight. But it's not enough to stop the defiant renegade.
I'm running alongside the driver's door, banging on the window. I can see both occupants looking up at me. They look scared to death.
The traffic stop takes an even more bizarre turn as the pair makes one of the slowest getaways ever.
Thought that was kind of odd. Usually when somebody runs from you, they punch it and take off.
A couple hundred yards later, the driver pulls over for a second time.
I could see a lot of movement inside the vehicle. I knew they were about to do something, but I didn't know what.
I don't know what he's doing. He's stopping now. He just tossed something.
The passenger hurls a plastic bag out the window.
He just tossed something.
Brokoff moves in.
Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Stay in the car! Stay in the car! Get back in the car! Get in the car! Get in the car! Get in the car! Get in the car! Stay down!
He turns his back as if he's going to jump over the concrete barrier. I guess he notices that it's probably about 40, 50 foot high. He didn't want to jump.
Stay down! Get in the car! You better stay right there, man! You better stay right there! That's one way to get shot! You didn't do nothing, I just saw you toss something over the damn wall! You want to tell me again you didn't do anything? Shut up! Stay down! Stay down! Don't shoot. Stay down! Stay down! Get down!
My hands were tied. I couldn't get onto the radio because I had one at gunpoint, and then I was fighting with the driver.
Backup arrives for the lone officer. Both men are taken into custody.
What did you talk?
I can't talk nothing, man.
Police find alcohol
We do open containers.
and the tossed item.
We have a positive response for cocaine.
They also discover something more dangerous than drugs, a loaded gun.
I know when I found the weapon, my heart just dropped.
The driver's charges are dismissed, but as for his passenger Carlos Gomez, he's sentenced to 3 years in jail for possession of a controlled substance. possession of a firearm, and aggravated assault.
I realized how bad this could have been. He could have easily shot me in the back, and I wouldn't be here right now.
Get in the car!
Lima, Ohio. A motorist turns down several streets in a feeble attempt to evade a patrolman. He's quickly located, parked in a nearby alley. The deputy approaches the car.
Hi. Can I see a driver's license, please? I don't have it on. You don't have it on?
With no identification, the officer runs the plates.
David North, 25.
And discovers the vehicle is connected to a recent kidnapping.
Whose car is this?
The policeman isn't about to take any chances.
I want you to sit there. Keep your hands where I can see them.
He begins to handcuff the suspect.
Now, I'm going to put handcuffs on you just right now. Don't sit down.
But the man has other ideas.
Don't move, or I'll zap you good.
As the driver pushes past the officer, the cop draws his taser and fires. The outlaw's electroshocked into 50,000 volts of submission.
I still got one in the car, too.
Turns out the fleeing man is not a kidnapper. He borrowed the car. He was simply trying to avoid a ticket for a suspended license.
Keep your hands where I can see.
A foolhardy decision that could have cost him his life.
Don't sit down.
Wichita, Kansas. It's just after midnight when Deputy Tom Prenier pulls over a speeding van.
Driver's license, proof of insurance.
But even routine traffic stops like this one can turn dangerous in the blink of an eye.
Just some kids coming back from the lake, and I was just standing there talking to them.
But the guy behind the wheel has a problem.
You got a driver's license. Why you driving? You ain't got any license, period.
It's an offense Prenier could bust them for, but he just wants to make sure there's nothing more serious going on.
My intention is just find out, who was out at 1 o'clock in the morning, if they were out doing anything they weren't supposed to.
Okay. Do you know he didn't have a license? You lied to me. You lied to me now. Now, come on, man.
But just when Prenier is getting to the bottom of one story,
He was lying. I'm coming in here now.
a second one unfolds.
I saw it and it was over. It was just like that.
A drunk driver is so far off the road, she collides with the passenger side of the van, knocking the officer out into the street.
I ended up in the middle of the 4-lane roadway. It dazed me, I guess, for a little bit, but I got up and got out of the street so I didn't get run over by any other cars.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Prenier shakes off the pain in his arm when he hears the cries of the van's battered passenger.
He was really worked up. He was in a lot of pain. He was screaming.
Rescue personnel arrive to treat the wounded.
What up here, Linda?
But the drunk driver isn't one of them. She has only a scratch on her knee.
Later on, she asked why I hit her. I don't think she even realized what happened.
Incredibly, there are no life-threatening injuries from this horrific crash. And Prenier knows how lucky that is.
Yeah, my arm hurts like a bitch, but I don't care. I got a little hit. I got blown out about halfway in the road. I was waiting for someone to come run me over.
My daughter was about to turn 2, and, I knew I was going home to her in the morning. You're just happy to be alive. Someone is definitely looking out for me.
Yeah, I'm all right.
Coming up, a A patrolman writes a ticket when he's caught in the path of a freeway disaster. And later,
step on back here with me.
An officer gets an eyeful when he arrests a naked couple parked on the side of the road.
Well, I see why you was wanting your clothes, okay.
When most shocking, stopped by the law returns.
Camden County, Georgia. As Sergeant Greg Koffel finishes a traffic stop, a woman pulls up off camera with an alarming report.
This woman pulled up behind me to let me know about this small red pickup that was possibly intoxicated.
Koffel closes in on the suspected DUI. But instead of pulling over, the driver peels out.
He pretty much let me know that he wasn't going to stop. Things start going through your mind. You know, why is he running? Is he running just because he's intoxicated? Has he just committed another crime somewhere?
As he gets closer, the deputy spots trouble.
I can't say. He's got something in his hand. I'm not sure if it's a 1032 or not.
I saw which appeared to me to be a rifle of some sort.
All right, I'm gonna hold him at gunpoint till we're slowing down.
I knew that whatever was going to happen, it was going to happen with just me and him.
Suddenly, the suspect pulls onto the grass and comes to a stop.
Get out of the truck! Get out of the truck! You better drop it! I'll shoot you! You better drop it!
Koffel takes cover behind his door, waiting for the driver to emerge. Then, the man forces the cop to shoot.
Drop it! You better drop it!
3 shots from Koffel miss. The perp aims again, but still doesn't fire.
I was able to crawl to the back of my patrol car on my hands and knees.
Left in drive, the pickup rolls into traffic. The gunman lurches forward. Koffel fires again.
It didn't stop him. He was still coming after me. I thought about dying, and I thought about not seeing my wife and my little girl. It was either me or him.
278! We're coming, Greg, we're coming!
The gunfire abruptly stops. The battle is over.
Subject down, suspect is down. Multiple gunshots wounds to the chest. Give me a squad.
I fired 3 more times and made contact.
The man never gets a shot off, which is very lucky for the officer. His weapon of choice was a powerful .30-30 rifle.
A .30-30 rifle would have gone through the door of my patrol car and the vest that I was wearing.
According to authorities, the suspect had apparently decided life was no longer worth living. But he took on a deputy who didn't feel the same way.
Still to this day, it doesn't seem like it was real. I can honestly say that I'm glad that I'm the one that made it through it.
Orlando, Florida. Officers make an unusual traffic stop. An unruly and undressed couple in a boat are causing quite a stir on the lake.
You stand over there, please. Stand over there.
The woman is not too happy about having her party interrupted by police.
Maybe just going up with your girlfriend. Come on.
All right.
For real.
You need to step off the boat.
You and the whole Orange County Sheriff's Department. We pay your salary.
Okay, ma'am.
So, we're out here trying to have fun. We're naked. So what?
But the officer suspects they've also been drinking.
Don't move.
Just give me your your test.
Stand right there. Stand right there, please. Stand right there. Ma'am, will you stand over here, please?
First, it's the man's turn.
A, B, A, T.
He's asked to perform a challenging sobriety test.
A, B, C, D.
Recite the alphabet.
F, G, H, I, J. Like that. Do you understand those instructions? How far do you want? From A to Z. Do you understand those instructions? I can't go that far. You can't go that far? No, sir, I don't have the education value. Okay.
They've seen enough with this guy.
No, sir. You're doing
Now
great.
it's time for the woman to take a stab. But the lady is so convinced she's sober, she actually starts doing her own tests.
What are you doing?
Want me to hold my left out?
No, that's okay.
This is on an incline. Come on.
That's all right.
Give it to me. I'm
That's
not stuck. This is because I'm strong.
Turn around.
It's time for her to join her boyfriend in the back of the cruiser.
Place me under arrest for BUI.
What?
BUI.
What's that?
Boating under the influence, ma'am.
But even under arrest, they remain defiant.
I know people who are powerful. It's okay. I want all four of your names.
I'm gonna sue the hell out of them.
No, I'm gonna get your names. Don't worry about it.
It's all in a long day's work for an officer trying to keep the streets and the lakes safe from drunks.
What?
Turn around. Place me under arrest for BUI.
Next, a suspected drunk driver pulls over for police, then floors it in reverse.
Get your hands up now!
Plus, an officer stops a car for speeding, but soon finds himself running for his life. On Most Shocking, stopped by the law.
Frisco, Texas. Cruisers pursue a possible drunk driver, weaving and speeding with a blown tire.
Vehicle appears to have a front passenger fire.
The suspect pulls over. Cops hit the Mercedes with a spotlight. The woman isn't getting out. Instead, the vehicle shifts into reverse.
Suspect ran my vehicle.
Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get your hands up! Hands up!
Police rush the car with weapons drawn.
Get your hands up! Hands up! Hands up! Get your hands up now!
It could have been an accident, but cops take no chances.
Hands up now! Get on the ground! Get on the ground! Get on the ground!
Officers make a shocking discovery. The driver is a respected city official. Police believe she stepped on the accelerator when she meant to hit the brake. She's lucky that assault won't be added to the charge of driving under the influence. Lake County, Ohio. Trooper Bill Davis makes a traffic stop along a busy stretch of highway. He's seen enough accidents in these situations to know two things. One, he should stand on the passenger side of the car. And two, he should keep a sharp ear out for the sound of squealing tires. Watch again. A car traveling 70 miles an hour loses control, slamming the stopped sedan. Davis scrambles to safety in the ditch. But the struck woman screams in hysterics. Davis climbs back up to the road to check on her. She's rattled, but not seriously injured.
Stay in the car! Stay in the car!
The officer radios for assistance, grateful that he and everyone else involved has just dodged a major bullet. After all, when the crossfire consists of 3,000-pound automobiles, People don't always walk away.
Coming up,
Step on back here with
a drunk driver on a late-night rendezvous gets caught with his pants down.
You do this stuff right in the middle of the road all the time? Or? No. This is the first time for me. Okay.
That's next on Most Trucking. Stopped by the law.
Denison, Texas. A stopped car on a country road arouses the suspicions of a patrolman. As the officer approaches, the driver tries to pull away.
Put your car in park. Okay. You got your driver's license with you? No, I don't think I do during my ticket. Okay. All right. Step on back here with me. Sure, I don't.
The man is unwilling to exit the vehicle.
Step on back here with me. Now pull them towel around me. Go ahead and step back here.
The officer grows impatient.
You don't have your license with you?
It turns out the motorist is lacking much more than his license. He's stark naked.
Well, I see why you was wanting your clothes, okay.
He provides little explanation for his lack of attire.
Well, it's just one of those deals. All right. You do this stuff right in the middle of the road all the time? Or? No. This is the first time for me. Okay.
The indecent sight proves too appalling for the cop.
Why don't you step up here and put underwear on or a towel on or something?
The man asks his equally bare-skinned date for clothes. The unclad Casanova is so intoxicated, he can barely put on his underwear. Even a passing motorist gets a peep show.
Yeah, I can see why it would be. Go ahead and step back here with me.
The officer administers a sobriety test.
Go ahead and start when you're ready. Arms down at your side.
The driver's a quick fail.
Mr. Allen, it's very apparent that you're intoxicated.
The man's arrested, but he won't be alone.
I'm going to take a quick look at your eyes real quick.
His girlfriend is charged with public intoxication.
Turn around, put your hands behind your back.
The couple's next rendezvous is destined for the county jail.
For officers in the line of duty, the seemingly routine can turn deadly in the blink of an eye. Their split-second decisions could mean the difference between life and death for themselves and those they are sworn to protect.